Hello and welcome. This is Rapido at Caravan Salon in Düsseldorf 2020 range. And this vehicle here is what is called a compact, 720 centimeters. You have the option of an electrically operated bed in the living area or above the living area. 686F. It costs 62,370 euros and kick-off price is around 3,000 less, or just under. 720 by 235 by 290 overall height, 3.5 ton basis. So it's a long vehicle well, not long vehicle, it's for 3.5 ton base. It's about normal now, and one thing I'd have to say about it, in my opinion, this is, I'd say it was about the top end of the easiest to drive, but this is a personal opinion. I prefer vehicles between 6.5 to 7 meters. I think above that you're getting in a situation where it's getting harder and harder to find somewhere to park. I mean, this is just based on my own experience, of course. And maybe people have got 8-meter vans and say, oh, I've never had any problems whatsoever finding somewhere to park my van. And, I want to sit down. Now, first thing I'm going to point out here, actually is a valid point to make, is that the floor covering has been put in for the fair. So you can see in places that it's not as it should be. That is not the fault of a Rapido. That is they've got to put something down the floor. They want to sell the van, and people coming in and out, they need to protect it as best they can. So that's number one point. Over here we've got a kitchen. We've got face-to-face sitting arrangement, tables relatively large. It's on a Fiat Ducato. Now, a friend of mine recently got a Rapido and he says it's great. Now, I've done 1 or 2 films about Rapido when I wasn't terribly impressed by it. And also because somebody from Rapido did say to me that their vehicles are not designed for long-term use. They are leisure vehicles. If something's a leisure vehicle, I think that's another way of saying that, well, you know, it's going to break before long, or something's going to break before long. Anyway, that's not his opinion so far, but I shall report back maybe next year if anything actually goes wrong. Okay, let's have a look at the kitchen. It's got 2 burners. This is a company called Can, Italian company, and it's recently been acquired by I think actually it's a British owned company, or maybe it's a French owned company, can't quite remember now. It's a friend of mine's the managing director, that's how I know, because he told me yesterday. And I know where he comes from, I don't know where the company comes from. The Can, I think it's rather elegant, some of the things they do. You can certainly, on these 2 burners, you can see the amount of space they've got between them. Look at all that space, which in turn will give you use larger pots and things of that nature. Let's show you this. Locked. It's strange that Rapido's the only company that does this, as far as I'm aware. This central locking for the and let's face it, we all leave the things open. One of the disadvantages, I suppose, though, is, I mean, as things stand at present, you can't sort of look to see if the buttons have been pushed in or not, whereas with something like this you're going to have to try it. Yeah, so there's an extractor thing, no, it's not a fan, it's a extractor there under the oops, I can't even see what I'm filming, but anyway, under there. I've now got tambour doors here, and I think quite honestly I really do prefer them. Although possibly tambour doesn't have so much, you lose a bit of space at the back. That's space for the television, thin Thetford fridge, and one with an ice box at the bottom. Skylight in the roof. And we divide this here. There's that divided. There's that closed. There's me in the shower. Only one plug hole down there, but it is one that has a net in it, so it'll catch the things that fall off your body, like if your leg drops off or something, it'll be caught in, won't block the plug hole up later. That's one less thing to worry about. Then I think putting these double doors is possibly going over the top of it. I can see them rattling as well as you're driving. I see this sort of noise happening. Well, maybe if it's closed at the back it won't be so bad. There. So what do you think? Like this one or not? One thing I've got to say I don't like are steps in the floor. Of course, this price area, then you can't really expect it to be a flat floor all the way back. Show you around the van as much as I can. So you can have as an option there, if you want an extra bed, you can have electrical bed over the dining area, as I said earlier, which will of course affect your standing height. Bed at the back, 194 times 150. I don't know why this shape is like this. There may be a very good reason, but to my way of thinking, as things stand, you can only take bikes out on one side. That may, to a certain extent, defeat the object of having a garage door. Of course, I'm suggesting you just take bikes out of the garage. You can get chairs and tables and other things you might use outside. Might keep water in the back there, something like that. That will come out, of course. Right, so this is Caravan Salon 2019, and this year I have done somewhat longer films than I have in the past, but not so many of them. And anyway, I hope you found that of interest, and if so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon if you find any benefit from what I do, and also do subscribe on YouTube and to my site motorhomefulltime.com. Thank you.